Hello everybody, this is Nintendo 14. Welcome back to the year of Mario Kart. Last time I forgot to adjust my preview audio, and we raced in the special cup. And now this time we have one last mission mode that we can race in. We can only have this if we have at least a star ranking for all of the previous missions that we've done. So let's get right into it. We're gonna be playing as Peach on Rainbow Road. Yes, now is the time where we can have Rainbow Road without our spoilers, because we already seen what Rainbow Road is. And now, remember when I said that the power sliding missions are just a pushover? Well, that's not the case for this one, because with the combination that we are giving ourselves, the fact that we're on Rainbow Road, and we have Peach's Kart, that could potentially pose an issue for you, because Peach's weird handling with her kart, because of the fact that she has a little bit more drifting handling than I would like. So sometimes you'll oversteer your corners and then fall right into the track, like I did on my first attempt. This I did on my second attempt. But once you can get it down, it's not too bad to get your star ranking. So moving on here, now we got a race against Bowser in Bowser's Castle, another special cup track. And there are a couple of boundaries here. So for this race, do pay attention to your mini-map like we did back in Peach Gardens in the last batch of missions. So just make sure you're going the right way. Thankfully, the way that the computer player is coded here, then he'll take a couple turns wide, and in other words, maybe the CPU feels like it's not used to racing in this configuration. So do use this to your advantage, as well as the item boxes that they give you, such as the triple mushrooms and the stars. Just use that, and that should mean that you should have no issue beating this mission, because it's pretty lopsided in the way that you're given. So moving on. Let's go ahead and complete 2 laps within the time limit. That's a little bit new. We're gonna do it on tick-tock clock, but there is a twist to it. I mean, wouldn't it be boring that we just have to go around the track twice within the time limit? Nope. Here, especially here in a tick-tock clock, everything's moving fast. The pendulums are moving fast. The clock hands on that first turn are moving fast. So are these gears. So just do try and adjust yourself for that, because with DK it could be a little bit of an issue because of his handling as well, just like with Peach. But once you get the handling down on this track and its configuration paired with DK's kart, then you shouldn't have too much issue, like with the rest of the missions that we have. Not that few missions, even in the last few mission levels, that are too much of an issue. Only maybe a couple, 1 or 2 for each mission mode that you'll find yourself with some trouble. But this is not one of those missions. This one is relatively okay in the difficulty category, so you should have no issue finishing this up. As you can see with our star ranking, we didn't quite get the triple star ranking because we did hit the wall a couple times. That's probably going to be the main reason. If you're not getting triple stars, then that could be it right there. Is hitting the walls and keeping you from getting triple stars, but no biggie on getting the triple stars, unless if you want to be a completionist and triple star everything in Mario DS when it comes to mission modes here and in the Grand Prix. Also, I do go over that in the Lightning Cup, I believe. But in case if we don't in that video, then I'll just say this right now. Depending on how many star rankings you get in the not the multiplayer, but the Grand Prix, you can get a triple star ranking for your profile. So you can take it online and show everybody that you got these star rankings from completionating the Grand Prix. Just littering all the Grand Prix with 40 points across the board consistently, and and getting triple stars across the board. All of them from 50, 100, 150cc, and even mirror mode. So that's always great. Then you'll also see that in Mario Kart Wii and 7. So finally getting into this mission. This is quite a grind fest. This one's no difficult than the other ones. As in, all you gotta do is get your green gels and knock out all the Goombas, all 30 of them, as they're trying to migrate somewhere to try to make a run for it. There is a time limit, so don't forget about that. Don't take your time. Just try to get all the Goombas one by one, like I am right now, and you should be good. Just don't fall off the track or hit the Goombas too many times, as that could result in you losing your star ranking. Once you get that, that should be no issue. And now let's get into another coin mission. This one on Wario Stadium as the man himself, Wario. This one I think could be the top 2 missions in missions level 7 that could be pretty difficult, because you do have to align yourself with the coins when you're jumping through the ramps. That could be pretty troublesome. I think I had a total of 3 attempts for this one mission, which I edited out just for your convenience sake, and I just edited in only the successful attempt. So yeah, just make sure you avoid the fires. You don't want to spin out, because that should result you dropping your coins, so don't do that. You don't have enough time to pick them back up in order to maintain triple star ranking there. So anyways, that's excuse me, I have this weird sitting in my chair, or my like the stuff that's inside me that allows me to talk. It just makes it weird for me to talk. Anyways, this is a pretty interesting mission. We only have 11 seconds to do it. We gotta drive, or we gotta drift in a circle within that short amount of time, get all the rings, and just like that, we get our triple stars with only 2 seconds to spare. That goes to show you the margin for how long you have to do that. Just make sure you drift just like that, and it should be good. If you were to do it any other way, I'm pretty sure it won't work. So drift like I did back there, and you should be pretty good with that mission. So yeah, don't let that mission get you off your toes. Much like with this one, where you gotta drive backwards and collect all the coins. You know, we came a long ways on how we managed our driving backwards missions. We went from just having ourselves simply driving backwards through Luigi's Mansion to driving backwards on the log in Bowser's Castle, and now we're doing something a bit more interesting. And now we gotta collect the coins, traverse through the obstacles, and most importantly, not hit the burners, otherwise it's an auto fail. So that's over and done with. Now let's move on to the last mission ever in Mario Kart DS, that is. Or what am I saying? There's no other mission mode. Maybe Mario Kart Wii somewhat has to say about that, but you know what? I'll save that for another time, like I said with the other time. Anyways, we're in Banshee Boardwalk as Luigi. We gotta hit all the item boxes. Make sure we don't hit the fake ones. Just use the mini map on the bottom screen to help us out with that. And this part's a little tricky, so make sure you hop right there so you can get the other item box. If you were to go the long way where you usually go on a usual lap around Banshee Boardwalk, then you'll burn a lot of time. So do it the way I did, if you can, that is. And then you should easily get a triple star ranking, please. Yep, just like that, called it. So that's over and done with. Now all of our star rankings there. It doesn't really matter if you have star rankings at this point, but I just like to have it just for good old sakes, just having at least one good run through each area. So now here comes the last boss. It's none other than Wiggler. I suppose we gotta race him in Mushroom Bridge. We do have balloons. Make sure we don't get hit more than 3 times, or 3 times in general, because that will put us out of the race. It's quite interesting. Why don't we have this in regular multiplayer? Wouldn't it be nice to race with balloons? Well, maybe in Mario Kart 8 you can kind of do that, but you're not really racing, you're just trying to knock each other out. Alright, so thankfully there are some stars littered around the track that you can pick up. Just the stars that are in the middle of the track from the item box that you can get. And also, you saw right there, don't touch Wiggler when you don't have any items, because you will knock yourself out and lose a balloon. Then it's just showing off what this dude can do. So make sure you get all the stars you can. And also these apple trucks here, if you hit them with a star, then underneath there is a additional item box that will give you a mushroom. So if you can keep all that in mind, you should be pretty good. Try to make full advantage of all the speed items you can get in this configuration in Mushroom Bridge against a Wiggler, and you should be set sailing here, because they give you all the things you need, and we can literally pull away from Wiggler if we use the star and a little bit of the mushroom. And because Wiggler is swerving a little bit, could be the reason why he's swerving, or not swerving, but slowing down because of the swerving. Okay, so we'll let that one rank slide, the rank A. Mainly, I just wanted to show off the capabilities of Wiggler. Oh boy, man, I need to situate how I sit in my chair the next time I commentate, because now that's all the mission modes. No other secret ones now, and I decided to speed up the credits because it's the same exact thing that we saw yesterday, where Mario's just driving in the sunset. It's no different than the one we saw in the Special Cup. So, oh, excuse me, get an indigestion like Rick from Rick and Morty. Anyways, we're almost towards the end of the month of August for Mario Kart DS, for the year of Mario Kart. One last part remains, and that shall be the Lightning Cup, which I will commentate alongside Gerald, TJ, and John. That'll be quite the blast, and we'll go over the last little bits of the game. So with that being said, tune in next time for that, and I'll see you guys later.